How you doing? My name's Trey Nelms, 3's Truck Nashville Fire. Today we're going to go over an extrication technique called a total side removal. This is a great access getter for you as a rescuer. It will save you time, plus it will give you plenty of room to get the patient and your rescuers in position for board and collaring, removal, and a rapid extrication. Please know that we're going to focus today on the technique. We've already got all the basics in place. The vehicle has been stabilized with cribbing. We've got hard and soft protection in place for the patient. We've removed the windows and made access point for our first responder to go inside and begin treatment of our patient. All the tempered glass has been removed, but the windshield can still be left in place for this technique. During the initial access and stabilization phase of the crash, we tried to make entry to this door by normal means, but it is not possible. This door is jammed. So we're going to have to use power tools to make a way into this vehicle. We're going to start by making a purchase point. We'll show you how to do that with the spreaders. I like to use this technique. We call it a vertical crush. It's going to push and crush the door downward, which is going to open this portion of the door up here to give us a purchase point and access to the nadir pin. As you can see, we've got a pretty good gap here, and the tool's doing all the work. With it being in place, I'm not even having to support any of its weight. This back door can be tricky sometimes, so you might have to start a little high and roll it down. Here it comes. As you can see, pretty quick access to the back door. This technique works really good if you got two people, one to operate the spreaders and one to operate the cutters. It makes it run a lot quicker. Just for this purpose, I'm going to do everything. Now that we've got access to this back door, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make two cuts. Our first cut is going to be a relief cut down at the bottom of the B-post. Our interior rescuer has already checked inside the interior of the B-post to make sure that there's not anything in our way, such as airbags, seatbelt mounts, things like that, that's going to damage our tools or make it harder to do our operation. We're going to make our cut there. Then from there, we're going to go and make our second cut here at the top of the B-post. We're going to come in, we're going to open all this up, see if we can clear our work area out. Now we're going to make our relief cut on the B-post. We're going to make it parallel with the rocker panel. We're going to go in as deep as we can. We've already exposed. We're going to go below the bottom hinge for this cut. The reason that we cut down low first as opposed to starting up high is so all the weight would settle down if we would have cut up here first. So now it's kind of still up where it should be. Once again, we already exposed. We're going to make our cut. Before we're ready to finish out with our final move, we need to make sure that our seat belt is cut. Next, we'll come in and we're going to use our spreaders. One arm is going to go against the rocker panel, the other arm goes against the door. Once we start applying spreading force, the relief cut that we made previously is going to begin to tear with it being just sheet metal. cat is tough. Okay. Once we've reached this point, just walk the door around. Now you've got access for the patient removal, a crew member on both sides for safety, and the total sidewall is gone. Now here's my good friend and close associate, Dave Brasells, the real man behind Instructor 5 Productions and a member of Truck 29 Nashville Fire, to give you another technique for the total side removal.
In a couple classes we've held where I've had to demonstrate this, me and another firefighter have kind of experimented a little bit and found a technique similar to maybe you've seen before on a front dash roll, used effectively here on this B column. Just like on the A column, if you're going to roll the dash, make 2 relief cuts here, a couple inches apart, creates that void to that. Then you can put the tips of that spreader in there and go straight up off your floor panel. You don't have as much slide and breakaway of the spreaders. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Thing here is be patient. Make sure your cutters go all the way through. Give them time to do their job. Now I'm going to come up just underneath the hinge, get a good bite as I can. Notice we've got some roll in here. I don't have a patient here. I do have my hard protection. I'm not worried about it. My patient's up front. My first responder might be here and I'll watch out for him. Now, I don't know, Trey, if you can show them this, but we can remove that there, and I've got a nice purchase point here to put those tips in. You can see the spreaders are starting to do their roll. I've got a good purchase point underneath that hinge. You just got to be patient. Now, another thing I did different than the way Trey showed you, I didn't cut the top of the B post. There's a reason being. You gotta think physics in this. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If I'd cut this top and was pushing away straight up and down off the floor panel, that B post, the pressure here would have been released and it would have gone up and not given me that ability to push against this and tear down here and for it to roll out. It would have just gone straight up, and what I want it to do is roll out and away from the patient. Now I'll go up and I'll cut the top of the B post. We'll be done and we'll roll the whole door away. Again, make sure you're looking in here for your seatbelt tensioner, any side curtain, airbag cylinders, etc. Today's cars are different than yesterday's. Be safe. And I'm using the position of my tool on the car to let the tool carry the weight and not me. All right, we're through over here. Get my tool, looky there. It just wanted to fold right out without even doing anything. We're done. Now Trey mentioned something that's real important, and that's teamwork. For today's illustrations, one person was showing all the techniques. What works great is what I call the leapfrog effect. You got 2 members, you get your plan of action, you leapfrog each other. One person starts the purchase point, the other person's ready with the cutters. Cutting's done, spreaders go back into work, person's holding the door, he's looking for the big picture, making sure the other person's safe while they're at the tool. It's a matter of keeping both of you safe, being efficient, getting in, getting the job done, and having plenty of room to work. Hope it does something for you, and like we've said, train like your life depends on it, because it does.